Hey, welcome back to Album April. It's April 8th, and today I listened to 1984 by Van Halen. I listened to a Van Halen album last year, the very first one, Van Halen 1, and I thought it was meh to okay. I don't exactly remember how well the albums did when it comes to sales, but when it comes to singles, 1984 did a lot better than Van Halen 1, considering the fact that it has the band's only number one single, Jump. It also had two singles that were big enough hits for me to know what they were before going into this, Panama and Hot for Teacher. And I would say overall I liked it. I definitely liked it more than Van Halen 1. This one seemed to have more of a focused idea. They had a goal, and that was create the most high-octane glam rock they could, complete with all the epicness and all the stupidity you would expect. The composition went up a lot. There were really strong riffs and rhythms in every single one of the songs. All the instrumentalists from Van Halen are masters at what they do. But the other half of the songwriting, the lyricism, has not gotten better since Van Halen 1. In fact, if anything, it might have even gotten worse. One big first impression I got from this album is I don't understand what older people are talking about when they say that pop music today is too dirty and it's only about sex, because honestly, the pop music from way back when was exactly like that too. Most of these songs are about sex, and they're not just sexual, they're sleazy. And just because they use only euphemisms and code words doesn't mean the message doesn't come across loud and clear. In fact, if anything, I prefer the Guns N' Roses approach where they're right up front with their hedonism. My favorite song from 1984 is absolutely Panama. If you could just sort of condense all of 80s glam rock into one song, it would be Panama. And yes, Panama is also about sex, but honestly, with the composition, I barely noticed / cared. In fact, I would not call the way it sounds sexy, even in the slightest. It's just epic and fun. It kind of reminds me of Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me, where it is a sex song, but if I didn't speak English and just listened to the music, I would assume that it was about, like, dirt biking or something like that. This is not music to make love to, this is music to drive around in an ATV to. And while we're on the subject of songs that are extremely sexual without being even slightly sexy, my least favorite song from 1984 is Hot for Teacher. Some of the songs are a little sleazy, but this goes beyond sleazy. This is full-on, like, gross frat boy energy. At best, it's cringy, and at worst, it's kind of uncomfortable to listen to. When I hear Hot for Teacher, I imagine a group of men in a convertible catcalling a woman on the street. There's no fun in it for me. However, if you're going to Van Halen for a deep, insightful lyrics, I don't think you're doing it right. Van Halen is about the shredding rock and roll, and 1984 delivers that a lot better than Van Halen 1 to me. I do think that this album holds up, as long as you don't mind the fact that it's also kind of stupid in a lot of ways. So if that sounds appealing to you, I'd say check it out. Okay, thank you for listening.